BassResinator here. I have 2 flower molds I'm gonna pour for you today. I thought I was videoing this. I pushed the wrong button on my camera. I am using Intense Chameleon Green to paint the leaves, or to brush in the leaves on this Plumeria mold. And I will talk about the other part that I'm going to do when I get the other colors out, because I'm not thinking as I'm I'm trying to get this in there just right. And yeah, this is a leaf. I don't want to get the petals of the flower with this green. That's why I'm going with this little micro brush. I keep calling it a micro brush, and it is just a makeup brush. It's not, well, it is small, but it's not the micro brushes that I have. Oop, there's a spot over here I need to get down into. And the rest, well, other than these two, the rest is the flower petals. This is the Let's Resin Intense Chameleon Green that I'm using right here for these leaves. And this is a Plumeria. And these grow around here in South Texas. So I'm going to show you what, come on now, lid, some of the colors that we get around here. I'm gonna have to get another one of those brushes. Just a bit. Sometimes they come in purple, sometimes they come in blue, and sometimes they come in pink. So what I'm going to do, right in the center, there's a little bit of yellow. So I'm going to, I need a little bit more yellow than that. This actually might work better with a brush. I have just a second, I'll come back with a small brush. Speaking of small brushes, I have one here. Whee. I have a ceiling fan on. I'm going to have to turn off because it's blowing the mica off. It's also making an annoying hum. Okay, let me go turn off that fan. Okay, I also have this orchid that I'm going to put a little bit of yellow in. So before I put the yellow away, this is a really cool mold. I'll put the links of everything I'm using in the description below. But there's the yellow. Now, put that away. Get out the blue. No, I'm going to go lavender first, and then some of the blue. And I don't know if you've ever seen these grow. I'm not going to do it on the orchid. But they do grow around here. Super pretty. And they come in a variety of colors. Now, since that yellow went down first, it should not move, even though I'm going over the top of it with this lavender. Lavender blue, dilly dilly, lavender green. I don't remember what movie that's from, but I remember having an old record of that. And one day when I was sick and I did not go to school, my mom pulled that out and I was listening to it. Oh, I got a little bit too much. That's okay. I'm going to shake these out so that I don't have extra resin hanging around. I mean resin, mica hanging around, because you get too much and then it doesn't come off on the resin and it leaves an annoying crevasse, shall we say. Okay, now I am going to do, I said I wasn't going to do it, but I am going to do this lavender on the inside fold of this orchid. The throat. And then a little bit on this area. And like I said, I'm going to take those over and blow them out. Go kablooey. Now the blue. Talking about the bluey. Blue is not going in the orchid. Now I don't mind if I have too much, because like I said, I'm going to blow it out. And if I think about it, he'll think about it. That's a line from a musical, Little Shop of Horrors. Mushnik is listening in on Seymour, and he hears some guy offer Seymour a job, and he goes, well, I'll think about it. And Mushnik says, he'll think about it. And shortly after that, the wonderful song, Mushnik and Sons, comes out, and it's one of my favorite songs in that musical. funny musical. Okay, that's gonna go over and get blown apart like Napoleon, except that's Bonaparte, not blown apart. Okay, so I got lavender, yellow. Now I'm gonna use a little bit of this blush in this orchid, which is a very pale pink. And also this blush is going to be, might not make much sense to you, but it's the color of the resin that I'm going to use in that Plumeria. So any areas that are sticking out are going to have this pink color, which is really nice. But the color of the resin for this orchid is going to be that orchid pink, which is also very nice. Yes. Okay, set that over here. Here's the orchid pink, which is not, it's a little bit more than pink. It's more magenta-ish pink. Okay, let me take those molds over here and blow them out, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here is the blush, which is a very light pink, going into the Plumeria. And it's going to cause that light blue most likely to turn a little bit of a purplish color, which is what some of them are. And it looks like I have way too much. I thought it was a little bit deeper mold than this. So I have leftover. I'm going to have some extras. That was almost 2 ounces. And this is 2.5 ounces in this one. This is also a deep mold. And I'm going to, once I get this a certain level, I'm going to squeeze for that throat area. Get out of there. I want it to coat in there really good. And in here, make sure everything is coated well. I want to make sure that we don't have any air pockets. That's kind of annoying. Spend all this time getting the mold ready and painting it and dusting it, and then you have trouble spots. Okay. I have leftover resin there too. Okie doke. Well, I'll come up with some extras. Don't know what, but I will. So we'll see you back for the unmolding. Well, these are cured up, and here are the extras. That's with the pink, not the orchid pink, but it is an orchid, and another orchid, and a little rose, and a couple holographic breast cancer awareness ribbons. And then I had 2 of these large orchid molds. So there's one. So it was the extra of that. So now let me pull out the other orchid mold. Now there's a split right here in the mold on both of them to help get it out easier. But in the process, it leaves that little wing. Just got to peel it back. Got a little piece of extra that I didn't count on. Okay, here's this orchid. Yeah. So this one I used lavender in the middle. This one I used blue. So yeah, very, very pretty mold. I like the way they come out. I'll leave that one right there. Now these are the Plumerias. What areas? The plume areas. Ah. Oh yeah. Well, the yellow didn't show up as much as I wanted, but look at those leaves. Well, you know, the yellow, if you get a good angle, you can see it. But the angle I'm looking at, you can't see it. Yeah. Hoo. It's the first time for me to use this mold, so I'm very happy with that. You're going to have to let me know what you think of my 2 flowers plus the extras. Now, this is December. Flowers, well, other than around here, flowers don't usually bloom in December unless you're in a greenhouse or something. But they're blooming in my house. So, yeah, December flowers. Subscribers, thank you for hanging out with me. If you're not a subscriber, think about it. Join up. It's free. And if you click the little bell down there at the bottom, anytime I do something new, you'll be notified. So, yeah, join the fun. Stick around. I'll have a couple stills for you. See you next time.
Flowers bloom in cold December air. Resin art shines while shadows do not care. Whispers of winter in colors so bright, glowing in the silence of the night. Petals freeze in a crystal embrace, glass-like beauty in a frosty place. Art from the resin box is my theme, clear as morning in my wintry dream. BassResinator throbs in the quiet space. Rhythms bloom just like a daisy face in a garden made of frozen glass. Time stands still as moments